Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. It's good. I've already been to your classrooms, but I get to go to yours tomorrow, so I'm excited to come see everyone. But we're just checking in about how the first year went. So if anytime you think about something that's not related to the question, but you want to share with us. So what we do is after this is there's no names. It just says person 1, person 2, but we just kind of look at this so we can give feedback to the Orlando rep to let them know of ways that they can maybe inform the practice for next year, as well as your district. If there's any big things that you're like, we'd really like some support with this, we let them know too. So if there's PDs or things like that you think would be so helpful for you to have, we also give them that feedback so we can try to help make sure you're getting the resources that you feel you need to be successful in your classrooms. So the first thing is just kind of looking back at this year. How did you feel the drama helped you guys in the classroom with the kids, whether it's in small groups or whole group, with literacy? So thinking about vocabulary, comprehension, and just any literacy skills that you work on with them.
I know that one of the things that I've done is, like today I was reading a story and it had to do with a companion. Well, our companion was one of our words for one of our stories. And I said, you guys remember what a companion is? And they remembered. And so it's a friend, So anyway, they're kind of, I try to relate, as the things that I'm doing, I sometimes relate to the things that we've done as far as like the books and the drama and the, sometimes, we'll come up with like we need a strategy, the social phrase? Yeah, the social phrase, yeah. And, that's one of the things that we've done, or that I've done.
Yeah, also for literacy, during drama, we sing our song, we clap our hands. So we use the counting syllables. And so during class, regular class, we use what we have learned for drama. So we use that. Also stretching the word now that they know the letters and the sounds. So to put short words, 3-letter words. So we work that during class. So it's how helped. Like it was a game during drama because they all love to sing the song. So then we use that during class.
Do you notice it helping more in Spanish or English, or do you use it more during one or other of the languages?
We use it with both. Like to count syllables, we do it both. When we read the books, in the morning during the message, we do it that way too. So whenever it's possible, in both languages.
Okay. And I have noticed the kids are expressing, because they are a group, they were so shy. Now they want to participate in the class because I think that through the drama they are more involved in what we're teaching and that helped them to express themselves.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to bring the drama? I know when you do your lessons, do they incorporate that with your theme or your content that you're working on? Like if you're doing living things, are you able to bring in your lesson that you do so it weaves right in with your probably literacy or big skills you're working on?
Well, we do for instance, if we're doing farm animals, we do a lot of movement. Like, okay, how would a cow? We do a lot of sounds and stuff like that. And some of the when I read the books, I try to use a lot of expressions as I'm reading them for what's happening in the book. And, I still, I'll do the book wrong and I'll say, okay, now what do I need to do? And they'll say, turn it over. So I flip it over back to where it was, little things. And I've noticed too that like at play centers and stuff, they like at housekeeping stuff, at the beginning they were like, they were playing with the dishes and stuff, and now they're like, I'm the mom, you're the dad, and they get more into role playing.
I think that we we went through the lessons at the beginning, it was like, here, these are the lessons. They showed us the books, and we decided, but we didn't have that in mind. But then as it went on, we did try to look for books that were matching what we were learning. Like, we did in Spanish about the ocean, and it was something that we were learning about. So we did connect the books, the drama time, with what we were learning, with the skills that they needed. Yeah. We did it like during halfway, when we realized that, okay, we can do this. Yeah.
You mentioned kind of like the stretching and some of the strategies you've learned this year. Are there any other strategies that you notice that you find yourself using from the drama or the dual language now, or tools that you've learned that have been helpful in the class?
The clapping the syllables. Yeah. We do when we start out. I've always done the clap a friend's name with me instead of the whatever the others do, and we go around and they say it, and then and then during the story sometimes I'll say, okay, well, what was the word? What was this word? Or kind of like we do with during drama, we're like companion, that type of thing. I do it sometimes with other stories. Not every story, but, or just different things or different activities that we do in the classroom.
Yeah. Counting the syllables is one. Also, when we read the book, we show them the title. So as they were learning, like, Thai words and the letters, we work with them. What do you see here? So they recognize the letters, so they're using them. And every time we're doing the lesson, either in Spanish or English, we spell like the vocabulary word for that lesson. They spelled that word. So we are integrating what they have taught us during the drama.
Are there any changes you've noticed about your teaching, or even just working in small groups, based on your participation with iPlay?
I think that we're more open to change things around in the classroom. Like for the lesson, we have to do a lot of moving around, so that's something that has changed. I'm not saying that they didn't move, but now it's like that's something that we do more than that we did before, I think.
And I will say that we have the story, we can be able to find little things more, get more information, because when we do the drama, we go through all that emotions and all that stuff. So I guess it's a good thing, because we can find more and more details on the stories that we learn through the drama.
Sometimes, like after reading a story or something, if there's a problem or something in it, I'll say, okay, what would you do? How would you solve the problem? And then let them express how they would solve it.
You mentioned a few examples, but how confident are you and as your team in applying the drama strategies when a teaching artist isn't present? So when it's not like a designed lesson from the book, how comfortable do you feel? You've mentioned a few examples that you do, but is that something you notice happening in your classroom now more and more?
Like if we were reading a book that it's not meant to be drama, we go like I'm crazy about making all that noises and stuff, so we use that to read a regular book. Like we're going to read a book of